So the year is almost over, and around this time, each and every year, it seems like all of the cool YouTubers put out these end-of-the-year videos, like those holiday shopping list videos, or the best tech of the year videos. And as much as I want to be like those cool YouTubers, putting together a list of my favorite tech of the year feels strange. If you've seen any of my videos from this past year, then you've probably seen some of my favorite stuff. It just feels odd to make yet another video telling you about my favorite tablet of the year or my favorite computer monitor. So instead of that, I've decided to put together a list of the desk gadgets and home office tech that I never talk about. This is the hype list for 2023. So I've been interested in 3D printers for years, but they intimidated me. And to get a good printer, you had to spend like $600. But in 2023, prices have dropped. And more importantly, 3D printing is getting more and more user-friendly. This is the AnkerMake M5C. It's a 3D printer designed to be as simple as possible to use. And when I say simple, I mean simple. There are no controls, no screen, or menus on the printer. Just a play and pause button like an MP3 player. This works because you pair this 3D printer to your phone, and the setup is easy. If you paired a phone to a Bluetooth speaker, you can set up this 3D printer. Seriously, I blocked out like 2 hours on my calendar one morning to set this thing up, not realizing just how easy it was going to be. The printer ships almost completely assembled. All you have to do is click a few pieces together, and in total, my setup took me 15 minutes. Then there's the AnkerMake app, which has a built-in search engine. So you can search for 3D models, find one you like, and send it to the printer from your phone. It's wild just how casual this once cutting-edge technology has become. Like, I was sitting on my couch and I realized I wanted a new phone stand to use in the kitchen, so I open the app, find a design that I like, and send it to the printer, and in 20 minutes I have a finished product in my hands. If you've been into 3D printers for years, this may seem very simple, but as someone who's new to 3D printing, I couldn't believe how easy this process was. And even though the printer is easy to use, that doesn't make it magical. There will be times when your prints turn into a mess of plastic spaghetti, and you won't know why. But overall, I'm impressed with how quickly the M5C has pulled me into the world of 3D printing. If someone told me a year ago that I'd be excited about a vacuum and a screwdriver, I would have called you crazy. But that was before I added these two premium tools to my desk setup. So the first of these premium tools is the Air Capsule by Hodo. This minimalist matte black cylinder is actually a few tools in one. First and foremost, it's an air compressor that I use to dust my keyboard and keep my desk looking clean. But if you take the nozzle off and place it on the opposite side, it becomes a vacuum. So I can actually clean my desk instead of just blowing dust around. The Air Capsule is the only rechargeable air compressor I've used that works as well as a regular can of compressed air, with the added benefit of being environmentally friendly since I won't be going through disposable cans of air anymore. The second premium tool I added to my office this year is this precision electric screwdriver by KeepMonkey. And this thing is nice. It comes in this metal case, and when you press the button, a little drawer slides out, revealing the electric screwdriver and all the interchangeable drill bits you may need. The screwdriver has a tiny OLED screen that gives you the battery life, and to use the screwdriver, you just press one of these arrow buttons to engage the motor. The screwdriver feels great to use, and when you're done, you just lay it back in its case, and the case charges the screwdriver, just like a pair of AirPods. This tool is great for working on keyboards or small electronic projects, basically any situation where you don't want to pull out a full-size power drill in the office. The thing about making videos in my home office is, well, it can get a bit boring using the same camera and same tripod for each and every shot. There's only so much you can do, and maybe it's because I have a short attention span, but I want to make videos that are interesting with strange camera angles and unique perspectives. So last summer, I added the X3 by Insta360 to my setup. If you've never seen this guy before, this is a 360 camera. It has two lenses, and it films everything around it in all directions. Now, most people who buy these things do really cool stuff, like snowboarding or scuba diving, but I wanted to put this camera to the ultimate test, my home office. I know, it seems out of place here, but a 360 camera is actually very useful if you're a one-man film crew like me. I usually put this camera on a long pole and stick it in the corner, and it captures everything going on in my office. It's like having an imaginary camera guy over my shoulder. You can also go completely crazy with this thing and capture some really unique footage. It may not be for everyone, but the X3 helps me think outside the box when I'm making videos in my home office. Because it's the end of the year, I figured I should update you guys on my current keyboard of choice. This is the Newfie Halo 65, and it may be the best pre-built mechanical keyboard I've ever tested. Earlier this year, I made a video about the gadgets I regret buying, and in that video, I showcased a 60% keyboard that I wanted to love, but I couldn't get used to the layout. Many of you left me comments suggesting a 65% layout, and man, you guys were right. The Newfie 65 looks clean and compact on my desk, but it has all of the keys I need. It actually sounds really nice out of the box, and the typing experience is probably the best I've had with a mass-produced keyboard. Like the keyboard, another item I use every day is this phone case. When I was a kid, my first memories of computers were seeing these colorful, transparent Mac computers at my school library. And honestly, transparent tech needs to make a comeback. But until then, this case does a good job of taking me back to the late 90s while also protecting my phone in the process. And I bought a bunch of these cheap MagSafe to tripod adapters, which makes my phone a very easy to use backup camera when I'm making YouTube videos in my office. Directly across from my desk in my home office, I've assembled a little lounge area. And you'll notice I've mounted this interesting little speaker to the wall. This is the Yamaha THR-10, and technically it's a guitar amplifier for guitar players. But there's so much useful tech in this thing that I had to include it in the video. First of all, for a compact guitar amp, the THR sounds really good. You can get those crank distorted sounds without having to raise the volume, which is great for a home office. But this amp also has Bluetooth, so yes, you could use it to listen to music, but more importantly, Bluetooth allows you to play your guitar along with your favorite music. And in the back, there's a USB output, so you can connect this little metal lunchbox to your PC and use it as an audio interface to record yourself playing guitar or a synthesizer or whatever you plug into this amp. The final item on this list is a piece of gear that I've never talked about, but has been featured in almost all of the videos I made this year. This is a portable projector from Nebula, and it's been one of my favorite additions to my office all year. Much like the 3D printer, it feels like portable projectors have gotten better and more affordable this year. And while this little guy will never replace a traditional home theater projector, I'm amazed by the picture quality from such a tiny battery-powered projector. If you go on Amazon and type in portable projector, you will find a ton of dirt cheap projectors, but the reality is most of these products are not very good. The big weakness of many of these budget projectors is brightness. They're often only usable in a pitch black room. But just above those super cheap projectors is a growing category of quality portable projectors in the $200 to $400 range. Now that may seem like a lot, but compared to a regular home theater projector, this is very affordable. The original reason why I got this projector was not for watching videos. It was for making them. I use the projector to create virtual backgrounds in my YouTube videos. And the Nebula is perfect for creators because it has a tripod mount on the bottom and it runs on a battery, so I can place it anywhere I need to while I'm making a video. But as time went on, I found myself using this projector more and more for good old relaxing and watching TV. This tiny little box can make a pretty good looking image up to 100 or 120 inches. And it's bright enough to be used during the day, though direct sunlight is still a bit too much for this projector. Really, the only complaint I have is that this projector runs an older version of Android, and you can't easily add new apps to it. They do sell a more expensive version that runs the most current version of Google/Android TV, but I went the cheaper route and just plugged a Chromecast into the back of the projector. Problem solved. And that's the hype list for 2023. These were the additions to my home office that I enjoyed this year, and I know I'll be using well into 2024. I'm curious if you guys have any under-the-radar tech that you picked up this past year. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. My name is Nick Mo, and as always, thank you so much for watching Work from Hype, and I will catch you in the next one.